Right, back with yet another game. Now what looks really interesting to me here is to try to do some kind of coppersmith apothecary thing with vineyards backup. Unfortunately Mountebank is just going to overpower that entirely, so we're going to have to go fairly well big money for Mountebank. I do believe that getting the warehouse here is a little bit better than not. Here it's just going to cycle my cards through a little faster to get this Mountebank in my deck a little bit quicker. I definitely saw this coming, actually. Secret Chamber will probably be nice in the scheme of things. As a defense against the Mountebank, hopefully it will be able to pull curses up for me. Here it's not doing so much. I already have 2 golds, which is quite nice. I think a second warehouse is befitting. Now I'm definitely going to pick a silver instead. He's likely to be able to hit me with Mountebanks fairly often, as the apothecary and the warehouses that he has will be quite nice for that. Don't particularly like his taking of a black market, but you know, it's a somewhat reasonable move. It is already time to get a province. Let's reveal this secret chamber. I cannot plunk out anything terribly useful. A curse would have been the best thing. I'm going to put those back on top. I'd like to pick up another gold here. We each have 3 curses right now. And he bought a tournament. I don't like that because he cost him being able to buy a province. At this point, I believe the second Mountebank is probably slightly better than the lab. Although I guess the lab works better with my other cards. But I think I've got to go with the second Mountebank. He's already going to be able to hit me with another Mountebank at any point here. His apothecary, however, is not it's not doing him so many favors anymore. There's his first gold. Here's another province for me. He is slightly ahead on the cursing front, but I have much better golds in my deck. Much better number of golds in my deck, I should say. I hope to be able to get at least one more curse in on him before he finishes me off. There's a nice blocking province. I don't want anything for 2 at this point. Now, you may wonder why I played the Mountebank there. It's because there's a decent chance that in my next 3 cards is going to be my other Mountebank, and here it is. And I did not want them to collide. I'll pick up a lab there. And now it is straight on to victory points, mostly. Definitely want the duchy there, at least. Yeah, I don't mind picking up the copper here, so I thought about for a second switching out my cards so that I'd have that curse, but I just don't really mind the copper. If I'm lucky and that third card on my deck is a gold, I can go ahead and pick up another province. Otherwise, just going to be picking up more duchies here for a while, probably. On 6, I'm not quite sure whether it's better to go for gold or duchy here, but I'm not too terribly concerned about it. I don't think that it's very likely that he'll be able to get a large number of the remaining provinces, so I'm going to go ahead and sink in for some duchies. The bishop he's picked up could be very nice for him. The tournament, possibly so, though followers isn't that much of a prize since the curses are out. I mean, it's still nice. Definitely not the strongest prize with the curses already being gone. I can continue to block his tournaments. There's another province for him. And here's another one for me, all of which makes me quite happy that I went for duchies. Very poor quality hand here, but that probably means that I've got good stuff coming out. Here, none of the prizes are terribly spectacular. The game's going to end soon. So he mostly wants victory points. The diadem, I guess, was able to push him over for a province there, so that was definitely the right call. It's definitely time to be buying estates. Got less than a 6-point lead here, but I don't think his money's that great that he's terribly likely to be buying a lot more provinces here soon. And again, he can only get a duchy here. I can also get a duchy. We may well be trading some duchies for a while. Got a 5-point lead once again. And unfortunately, this bishop could really hurt me, especially since I don't have any curses in my hand when he's playing it, which would be very nice. And that's going to be a 2-point swing for him, which is going to be very nice for him. And a vineyard, which is another trump card that he has potentially waiting in the wings, keeping him very close to me. I'm going to pick up the last duchy here. Oh, this 8 is enormous, absolutely enormous for me. We'll pretty much seal out this game. He should take one of the actions here. His only hope is to try to make some kind of vineyards-based comeback. So he needs to be getting as many actions as absolutely possible. I still don't find it very likely that it'll end up working out. I actually sort of hope he attacks me here because I want to see what the last 2 cards in my deck are. If I've been, paying real good attention, then I would know, but I haven't been. Definitely don't want to do that. And wow, he was able to get that all to work out very nicely for him.